Annyeonghaseyo! Welcome to Afternoona Delight, where Leah, Megan, and Amy, romance novelists and your K-romance guides. So grab some dekboki and listen to your new favorite unnies.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hi there.
Amy and I already saw each other today.
We did. We already recorded today. And the episode we recorded today is for next week. So it'll be out before this one. So yeah. Twice for us today.
I know. It was kind of like, hey, long time
no
see.
See. Yeah. Hey, that's good. It works out. I work from home and can squeeze in another episode. Like, why not?
Yeah, it was kind of fun. And you know what? Long time no see to Amy because I saw her in human form like a week and
a half. Yeah, a week and a half ago.
I love your pictures so much.
And it was so quick, and I was so sad that it was so quick, but it was so good to see you.
Yeah, it was awesome. And I don't want to spend a lot of time belaboring going over our trip and the best time we've had and make Megan feel jealous. Did you talk about the trip at all? Because I did want to I wasn't sure if you gave yourself props for
winning the claw machine.
Yes.
I mean, okay, so here's the thing. So Leah came to town, and a bunch of people from the Patreon came to town, and some of us were going to the show Monday, some were going Tuesday, some were going both nights, whatever.
This was the J-Hope concert.
Yeah, sorry, J-Hope in Chicago for Hope on the Stage. And so the day of the Monday concert, Monday, March 17th, I was picking Leah up at her hotel, and then I was picking up our patron Jen, who won our ticket giveaway and flew here from Vermont to see the show with us.
And
so awesome.
Amazing.
Picking Jen up. And then we were also meeting another patron, Katie, at a Korean market, Jungbu Market, which is a chain that I think is all over the country. There's a bunch in the Chicagoland area. We were going to Jungbu Market because shout out to Jungbu in Schaumburg. That's someone we went to, and they had a fantastic Korean food court. And then we were going to go shop for some candy after we ate because we needed our Cuppico. And as we're going to go into like the actual grocery store, there's this little alcove that is a claw machine arcade.
Yep.
And after we figured out that we could only get tokens with cash, and I happened to be the one person with a $5 bill on her, I got us all tokens so that we could all try our hand at the claw machine. And all of us lost our first round, but I had 2 tokens because $5, 4 of us. So I'm like, I get the second token, guys. And I won the second one.
No.
And it was so exciting. And it's this little, I forgot the name of the character. I don't have it right with me. It's hanging on my purse over there. But the character, some of y'all probably know who it is when I talk about it. It is half bunny, half mochi. Like I looked it up.
Okay.
It's got a name. I'm sorry. Don't forget. I was caught off guard. Didn't know I'd be talking about my bunny mochi dude. But he's very cute and he's hanging from my purse now.
I love the pictures. And there was like a plethora of claw machines. It was very cool.
It was
very
so
cool.
K-drama. It was like just all claw machines. And they were all mini claw machines too. So it was really cute.
But no one was throwing up amugi eggs while you were doing the
Zero amugi eggs.
No one was collapsing in the street.
No.
Good for you.
No, it was so fun. We did some shopping. We went to a K-pop store afterwards, and it was just a lovely, lovely day and a fantastic night.
I'm so glad. It was really fun. And it was also fun to meet Patreon members because truly, and I mean this is like a compliment, because I was like, oh, people were like excited to meet. And I was like, haven't I like met? And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, I feel like I've met anyone. No, never met people.
It's all on Patreon Lives.
I felt like I had met everyone already.
Like when Katie walked into the food court, because we were talking about it before, I'm like, how are we going to recognize her? And you're like, well, she said she's got a purple sweatshirt and her hair's in a long braid to the side. And then Katie walked in and was like, oh yeah, it's Katie from Minnesota. Like we've seen her on Patreon Lives. Like I'm like, I know these people. It was funny.
Yeah, so that was really fun. And look, I have a segue because
you all the way
it to me, and I'm going to take it and run it. So there was a plethora of claw machines. I know we're going to talk about a plethora of princes now. Plethora, that's so much better.
Good
than
alliteration.
Abundance.
I like it.
So much better. So the reason why I had to get into it was we were talking earlier. Megan was like, abundance of princes. That's what this show should be. And I almost was going to go, well, actually, it should be a plethora of princes. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. And then plethora like thrown randomly in the conversation. I'm like, well, fate needs me to just say it. My intrusive thought must come out.
No, I love alliteration I love it. So
My love
plethora.
language.
Also, plethora is one. I don't know if it's one of my favorite words. So plethora of princes is it. It's great. I love it. I love it very much.
Yeah, it just rolls right off the tongue so
It
easily.
does.
It does
And
not.
this drama truly is a plethora of princes. And I am so happy to get to have so look, I got to do this pod with Sarah, but I just feel really happy to be able to talk about it again. I will talk about Moon Lovers to an insentient rock is where I was going.
How about just a rock?
Just a rock. Let's just a rock.
You don't have to call it insentient because most rocks are not sentient.
Oh,
yeah, just to reiterate, Leah did a deep dive on Moon Lovers already with Sarah.
A full one. Yeah.
A full one.
Sarah from Afternoona asks.
Right. But today we're doing
I'm gonna make a pitch. You know what? I think I can get I am feeling confident I can snag one person to come along and let's just revisit this again. I'm on my 4th rewatch of Moon Lovers. And it's not getting old for me. So Moon Lovers, today we are just doing the first episode hot take because it is finally on Viki for many of us. Not everyone. The entire world did not get access to it.
Oh.
America did. I don't know who else did. And
okay.
I'm not trying to say like America, but like shit's not good here. Just let us have Moon Lovers.
Let us have Moon Lovers.
Have this moment, okay?
Let us have Moon Lovers on Viki, please, God.
Right? So we get Moon Lovers, and I'm gonna be grateful.
Yeah.
So okay. I put this drama in my top 5 for years and years and years. Your expectations going into this, because look, I don't think that this was something that you ever you were indulging me on this one, and I appreciate it. So your expectation going into it versus what did the first episode deliver for you? Did it hit exactly what you thought? Were there surprises? Just kind of lay out for both of us, for each of you. I'm sorry, I got up at 5 this morning. I'm really tired, and I slept 4 hours last night. Each of you just go ahead, give your quick hot take.
So, okay. So look, because Leah has watched this an abundance of times, a plethora of times, we've heard a lot about it. And I think I've heard enough to know most of the story, which I was not disappointed, going in, knowing stuff. I felt very prepared for everything that happened in the first episode. There were no surprises for me. I think the only thing that surprised me, which maybe you talked about, and I just never really glommed onto it, is I get the title now because it happens in an eclipse.
The time travel is affected by the eclipse.
Yeah, so I didn't know what Moon Lovers meant, and now I do. So there you go. So that was one thing that was new for me.
I feel like I remember Leah talking about it, but it was when we were talking about all the different ways that time travel has happened.
Right.
I think it blended in with everything else. I don't know. Okay, so I have watched a lot of contemporary dramas lately, back to back. 2 of them were office romances. I am feeling frisky. I am feeling in the mood for something different.
Mm-hmm.
And the first episode of Moon Lovers did what it needed to do.
That's what I'm saying. I felt as I was watching it, I'm I think we can get Megan on this, because here's the thing is I don't know if I've sold it appropriately in the sense that it is first of all, it's a melodrama, but it's a drama that doesn't take itself, it's not a historical.
No, it was more over the top and in on the joke than I thought it was going to be.
It's not you're going in, it's not a Mr. Sunshine for sure.
No.
I would say, if anything, as I was watching it, I was honestly, I'm going to almost comp it with Mr. Queen, and the fact that
100%.
It's more in on the joke, and there's a modernness to it, even with the music and stuff. Later there's Tableau has music, and Epic High has songs in it. There's a little bit of a modern weaving into it that I don't think, it's been probably about 2.5 years since I've seen it. And so I was oh yeah, it doesn't, I should have led with that too, that it's kind of got a modern sensibility in the historical.
Yeah. In a way, I guess, I think some of it takes itself seriously, but it takes itself seriously in a way that I don't. It's really hard. There's a
Lee Joon-gi's
nuance to it.
character takes himself very seriously.
Like, no, I'm saying like they come, and you haven't even begun to like the angst and pathos that comes in this drama. Even as I watch it, because at the beginning, if I watch the first episode, I'm just going to say it, and I don't want to do a lot of spoilering with where it goes. But when I was watching it, I was like, I feel like if I saw this, I would be thinking I'm setting myself up for kind of like a lighthearted caper. Not so much like I did. I thought that there was like an element of humor to it, and it's not that there's no more humor throughout the story. But I mean, like this is a drama that like guts me, takes my heart out, and like feeds it to me at elements.
And that I will say in episode 1, I don't feel that yet. So that's where I think you're right in saying that like episode 1 makes you think it's going to be lighthearted, but because I know how you feel about it, I know that it's not going to be totally. Although here, I need to say this because I texted Leah last night.
Okay,
because
you did?
On Instagram, you responded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like, so Lee Joon-gi is very. We'll get to this. He's very like Phantom of the Opera because of something that happened to him in his past, and that's fine. But like, he's the bastard banished son, and when he comes back to the palace after being away for a long time,
Chef's kiss.
The first thing that he does as when he goes through the palace gates, this is the one thing that surprised me, is he hops off of his horse, draws his sword, and slaughters his horse.
Yeah, I'm like, where are you getting lighthearted? Because I did not feel like it was lighthearted when
I thought it was like a caper. I was like,
I'm like, he slaughters his horse, and even like one of his men is like, "You want me to get you a new horse for the ride back?"
He's like, there's not going to be a ride back.
Kills his horse on the palace grounds. Like, and he is serious about it. Like,
it's so over the top. It's so over the top that I thought it was hilarious.
So that's the thing. So I did see on Patreon that I understand that there was one person who was like she really didn't like that, and it kind of like triggered her. The
dead horse triggered her?
Yeah, and like I sympathize with that. I think she has
absolutely. I mean, there's no reason for it. There's zero reason for it.
I think it's incredibly important. I think
it is. But it's also so ridiculous that it didn't. So I'm like really sensitive to like I will not watch movies with animals. I'm really sensitive to that. But this was so
way that
preposterous.
It happened. Yes, when he drew his sword, I was like, I'm like, this is not like I knew what he was going to do, and I do get it. I do get the whole thing that he's like, I'm here to stay. Like this is like a symbolic.
It is
slaughtering, but like
it's very symbolic. But I did laugh out loud because I was like, this is ludicrous.
Yes, and I messaged Leah right away. I'm like, not Lee Joon-gi in the very first scene that he's in, slaughtering his horse.
Like, imagine being the POV of the horse. Like the horse is like, I just fucking galloped across. Like
I bore you on my back.
You did. I show up, and the thanks I get is you kill me because you're like. And fuck this, I'm staying, bitches. Like that's the end. Like
it doesn't even give him water first. Like,
and also like fourth prince. This is a palace. There's a stable. They want to get you out of here. There's gonna be like 90 other horses. Are you gonna kill every horse?
And also, he could have just like let his horse go.
I
slap the horse on the ass and have him gallop away.
Like no, he is a broken man,
and we see this like. I have to be at like the actual. This is what I find. So there's again like a plethora of princes, and he's like the fourth prince, but he's like the banished one that no one liked. So he's wearing all black.
Mm-hmm.
He has this mask on to cover a scar. You find out why he has the scar.
But the scar's only on his forehead, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get into the scar in a little bit.
Okay, but like the
whole half a face scar.
Stop it.
Face mask.
This mask draws way more attention to the goddamn scar.
Yeah, you just wait.
It's so it's giving I don't know, like just drama. It's giving drama. It's giving I need to be the center of attention.
Because it's like a fancy mask.
Yeah, it's a high-end mask.
With this artful swoop of his hair. Like, not only does he have the mask, but he also has to have the hair swoop.
He has great beach waves going.
Someone bought a beach waver comb. I am And the thing is, as
and
I'm
the
saying
total
all this
millennial
stuff,
side part, like it's all
total
going
millennial
on.
side part. I wish, like, I want people to understand that I'm delighted as I'm saying all this.
No,
Yeah,
like,
100%.
I agree with everything
I
you're
love it.
saying. Top 5. And so that's the thing. It's like throughout this drama, is this a perfect drama? No. No, 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 no. It's amazing. It gave me everything I wanted in a drama because I think it's taking itself not seriously and incredibly seriously at the exact same time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so serious, but then it's not, because you have IU in a library saying, well, I don't want to be a dependent hippo. I really want to know if that's the translation. And poor Kang Han-woo is like, what are you talking about? Like, I do not understand your language. So I do wish, again, that I spoke Korean, because then I'm sure she's using, obviously, like, modern language.
Right.
And I love a fish out of water. It's one of my absolute favorite tropes. So
like literally out of water.
Yeah, like literally out of water. So I adore the fact that she is like being transplanted in this place. She doesn't know. I do like how she's like, she accepted pretty quickly. Thank God that she's like in another time. And now you can tell, again, I only watched episode 1 on purpose because I only wanted to talk about episode 1. By the end of episode 1, you can tell she's still trying to figure out how she's going to play this. Like, she's like, all right, I want to stay alive. I'm in a fucking palace. There's princes everywhere. The princess already hates me. So, like, how am I going to, like, survive in this? And how am I going to play this off? She doesn't remember anything. And she can't really fake knowing things at this point.
And so part of the time travel, because every time travel has its own conceits, right? So part of the time travel for this is we first see IU in the modern world. She is drinking soju at like a mountain park, essentially. You can tell that shit's gone down. Her boyfriend and her best friend basically like cheated on her and took all her money. And we know she's an esthetician, which is very important later. So she does makeup and she's good at covering up. And so she is a makeup artist and massage therapist.
She does say that. Yeah.
Her drowning incident is also amazingly ridiculous because a boy falls into the water in a life jacket, a full life jacket, like a Coast Guard rated life jacket.
It's got like a neck thing. Like, that kid's not drowning. That kid's not floating down the river.
And
if anything,
it's like, oh God, she sees him in the river and is like, oh no, hope somebody else will come. Hopefully somebody else is going to come and do this. Then she's like, oh, it's just me. I can't call for help. I can't do anything else. This kid who's just sitting there flopping around in his life jacket, it's going down. I'm going to jump in with all my clothes on. So she swims to him.
And then his parents hear her splash in.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, our son. And
they do the rational thing, which is get in a boat.
Yeah, get the boat and go out to them. And as this happens, I guess what it is it's not really that she like drowns. It's the eclipse hits, and that's when the magic happens.
Right.
And she kind of...
Because they're about to pull her into the boat, and the eclipse happens. Yeah. It's a very fast eclipse.
Oh, yeah, the eclipse just hits. And we also see there's like a very odd unhoused man, like an unkempt man with very bad teeth, who we see later appearing very differently. But at the moment, there's kind of like a guy who's also there. She shares a bottle with him, and he's not looking his best. And so the eclipse hits, and she kind of, but it's not like she gets sucked under and she's like, she kind of does like the slow-mo, beautiful K-drama Drowned, where they kind of just like float through the water endlessly and don't fight to come to the surface. And then when she emerges in the hot springs with the plethora of princes, because we are at the very beginning of the Goryeo dynasty. The 3 kingdoms have just been united under King Daejeon in like the last 25 years. And he has bred. He has not 1 heir. He has not 2 heirs. He's got like a fucking football team of heirs.
Yeah.
And at this point in the game, what we see really quickly is there's alliances, there's friendship and camaraderie, and there's also competition, right? Like when you're a plethora of princes, there's only 1 king, there's only 1 throne. So what happens when you're a plethora of princes, which is what the show eventually unpacks. But we're beginning at the at the lighthearted beginning where King's still doing well. No one's on that crown, or, they may have competition, but everyone's fairly friendly. And she just kind of pops up in the middle of this hot springs.
And her character
from EXO.
Yeah, and her character, because they do kind of like what Mr. Queen does, which I'm sure Mr. Queen probably pulled a little bit from this, is that she is in the body of somebody who exists in that time. It's not like she just shows up and she's a random person, but she is somebody who exists. And what is crazy is the character whose body she's in, which is she's the cousin to a princess, right?
Yeah, so, she's a cousin. She's a cousin, so she's not royalty, but she's kind of like you'd say, like,
right. She's living in the palace.
Yeah,
she apparently was underwater for an hour, so they were very worried about her. Like that's when everybody's going crazy about her losing her memory. They're like, her like lady in waiting was like, well, she was underwater for an hour.
But also, how did anyone know that? Because she pops through.
She just pops up out of in the spring.
Yeah. At no point is anyone like, oh,
I have no idea. Nobody's looking for
an hour. Let you float. Like she just emerges through. Like, so I'm guessing she somehow is. Who knows? I don't really. Again, these are the plot holes that don't matter in Moon Lovers. It just doesn't matter. She was under for an hour, so she says. She pops up in the body of someone named Haesu, who looks obviously exactly like her. Unlike Mr. Queen, there's no like. She at no point, and I will give a spoiler for this. At no point is there like a sentient battle between whoever's.
They're not sharing the body.
That body, whoever the soul was in that body, they are ejected out, and it's her body now.
She even says, she's like, I wonder if this person, if Haesu like died at the same time that I did, because she thinks that she must have died in her world and woken up in this one. She's trying to rationalize it.
So Haesu, OG Haesu is gone at this point. Bye. Like no more. She's not coming back.
One thing I did like is that her like servant, kind of her like handmaiden, is Jin Ki-ju, the actress, and she is currently the lead in Undercover High School. So like I'm really like fun. I loved her in My Perfect Stranger. So I really like her. And so it feels really I don't know, it feels like I'm watching an old friend because I like her so much.
I love when that happens. I really do.
It's very stacked drama. Like everyone in it.
I know I felt like I had like a little bit of whiplash, I will admit, when I was watching it, because I feel like I haven't gone and looked at the cast list kind of on purpose. I kind of want to watch a few more episodes before I start like doing any Googling, even though I know
I'm on the Asian Wiki right now because I'm like, I can't believe this person's in it and this person's in it. Yeah,
I think I do know how it ends, but it doesn't matter. But I really liked seeing her. And then of course the princess is the like mean sister from Startup. Which I feel bad. Why do we always make her?
She's always the mean sister. Yeah,
she's the worst sister here. This time she's the meanest sister.
I think I remember you saying that she is just like pretty terrible. So,
but I do like that Haesu immediately says, "Look, you don't like me. Like, just say it." Like,
also, excuse me. So, is this the first drama that you saw Kang Ha-neul in? Like, did you see this before?
No, Camellia was the first time I saw Kang Ha-neul.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So is that why you went to this drama? Because he was in it?
I hunted it down. And The Mask. Because there's a really iconic scene that, this is not a spoiler. I mean, anyone who knows, has looked at any like K-drama clips in the world.
The rain.
Very iconic scene where IU's kneeling in the rain in all white. And Lee Jin-gi's character with the mask and everything. Like, he has the big cape and he like opens up his cape and he kind of like covers her from the rain. And I was like, whatever that is, that's bottles up like what I love in like entertainment, basically.
Right. Well, Kang Ha-neul is so attractive at this. Like I am a little blown away. I love him. I've always loved him. I find him attractive. There is something a little otherworldly about him.
Silly in it either. Like that's one thing, is he's often silly and kind of funny in his shows.
Right.
Like, and he is not playing the silly.
But the first thing that we saw him in was The Heirs, and he's not silly in that at all. So when I first saw him in The Heirs, and he has a small role in The Heirs, but I was like, who is this dude? Because he is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I just love him. What I'm most interested in is him right now. because I can sense that there's some like underlying motivations. There may be some secrets.
He's the quintessential good guy. So, like in this first episode, like he stands up for, like when the other brothers are like fighting with each other and
but
stuff
that
like
makes me think that he has ulterior motives.
Oh, for sure, there could be,
yeah.
but that's what he's coming off as right now in episode 1,
which makes me think
he has a wife.
He does,
right?
Who's her cousin?
Yep,
and we know the wife is very sickly, but
he appears to be super doting. But I am suspect, and that's why I am very curious. Like I want to know.
He has the horny eye for IU for sure. For as doting as he is on his wife, he beats down a door to get to IU to reassure
in episode 1. Yeah,
that she is okay after being underwater for an hour, and he really goes in for the hard stares. The long, hard stares.
I'm
Actually,
already.
He's not funny in Me Saying either, is he? He's not funny at all in Me Saying.
No.
But here's the thing that's crazy to me is I think I'd have to go back and look, or if you've got the date, like if you've got Asia Wiki pulled up, Amy.
Yeah.
Did he do Moon Lovers before Me Saying? Because the other thing is that in Me Saying, he looks like an undergrad intern. He looks like a handsome young man boy.
Let's check the years here.
Moon Lovers, he looks like a full man, and Moon Lovers came out a long time ago. Like he looks like he's in his he doesn't look old. I'm just saying he gives off like a very mature.
No, Me Saying first. Yeah, okay. Me Saying first in 2014, Moon Lovers in 2016.
Okay, so fairly close though.
Yeah.
So Amy and I touched on this like briefly. So, and again, when we talked earlier today, I still hadn't watched the first episode. So, okay, so I have not seen IU in a lot. Obviously I saw her in My Mister, and we all know how I felt about My Mister, although I never blamed IU for that. And I think the only other thing I might have only seen her in that soccer movie. Remember the
Dream,
which was fine, whatever.
Yeah.
I actually really like her here a lot. And I understand Amy was like, I don't know if I use my person.
Well, so that's the thing. And I, after one episode, I'm not making a call yet because I did like her. I did like her more once we got to Goryo.
Correct.
I liked her more when we got to Goryo, and she was just, obviously way more self-assured. She's, crying and drunk, on the pier beforehand. So I do like her better when we get to Goryo, but I was just thinking about it and I was like, okay, I didn't love My Mister, but I don't blame that on IU. My Mister just wasn't for me. I tried for 4 episodes to get into Hotel Del Luna and then abandoned that. But I didn't have a reason why, back then. And then I started this and I'm like, I'm not connecting with IU, with the character yet. But it's only 1 episode of 20. So that's what I was saying to Megan. I'm like, maybe I just don't connect with IU. I don't know. It's not enough for me to write this drama off yet, though.
Right.
I don't write a drama off after 1 episode. So I just wonder. I wonder because the only full drama I've watched with her is My Mister. So I feel like I need to give her a chance, but I definitely like her character better once we are in Goryo.
Yeah, she's more plucky. I will say
she is very plucky. Yeah.
She's a plucky / water bottle character. I would say that the drama, some of the drama, how am I going to say this? I would say she's fairly one note. So if you're not connecting with her as she is now, it's
not going to change.
Connect with her later. Everybody loves IU. This drama is, I think when we've talked about it before, I've said, this is also a drama where everyone wants to bone IU. Everybody and I think the horses want to. The entire world. She's
the horses who are still alive.
Yeah, it's not a horny, it is a horny drama because everyone's obsessed with IU and everyone has moments with IU. And so, but she plays it fairly one note, but I think that that's not a knock on her. I think that's how the character is meant to be played. It's very much, it's a water bottle / ingenue role. There's the drama happening around her. she's kind of meant to be a little bit wide-eyed, a little bit modern sensibility, and a little bit plucky. And something I did like about Moon Lovers that really informed like how I structured Pride and Prejudice, Puff and Prejudice, which was my time travel. So I used a water portal, first of all, kind of like Moon Lovers. Like that was like one of my inspirations. But I really enjoyed how she kind of just gets on with it, because she comes and she kind of has the freak out, like, holy shit, I'm in Gorio. This is crazy. I don't believe it. We get like 2.5 minutes probably of that montage before she kind of is like, and whatever, I guess I just want to like stay alive. So I'm just rolling with whatever this is.
That's actually my favorite part about the first episode, was they don't spend forever with her like hemming and hawing over it. She's just like, well, I guess I got to figure it out. Like I actually really, I got to figure out how to stay alive. Like I personally like that, because like we all know, like, as soon as you watch Moon Lovers, you know she has to go back in time. So that's another thing too. I like that they didn't spend all this time in modern day. Like, I mean, she is in that water within the first 10 minutes. I mean,
they first 5.
They get it moving. And so I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I liked all the princes. I think they're I mean, as of now in episode 1, a lot of them blend together.
Yes.
Which is fine. Like episode 1, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Of course, a few stand out. I did see someone on Patreon say, why do the evil characters who are men in like historical dramas always wear eyeliner?
It's true. It's so
true. Like,
so the
why?
most evil prince has the eyeliner the entire drama.
Yeah, there's only one. Why aren't the rest of them wearing Why is only one wearing eyeliner? It's very funny. It's like he has to stand out as like the bad one, so they made him put on eyeliner. It's so funny. But Lee Joon-gi is just, he's like over the top.
So over the top.
And I'm like kind of eating it up. Like,
if you're eating it up now, you have it's like you've gotten an ice cream cone and you just taken like the little lick off the top.
Right. I mean,
that comes is, and like what happens. So we also see his mom. He has mommy issues.
Yeah.
And we only get a taste of it. And I mean, what we get a taste of is pretty bad. And I want to say, we have just begun the mommy dysfunction that is ahead of us. Yeah. So let's talk about the scar, because he's wearing
a half a face mask.
Cool face mask.
Yeah.
Cover up this scar that you're like, what Phantom of the Opera acid pouring disfigurement are we covering up here? And then we see that when he was a child, his brother died, and his dad was like, well, I gotta get to fucking more, because I
need more babies.
Yeah, I need more babies. I gotta marry someone else.
Yeah, so I gotta take some more wives and like have more babies. His wife was not feeling that and was like, you do that and I'm gonna stab little,
she's like, I'm gonna kill us. Like either mourn your son or lose this one.
Yeah, and she kind of says kill us, but she doesn't seem to really mean her. She's really just like, I'm going to kill this kid.
I mean, she's got the knife to his throat.
Yeah.
She does. I'm like, okay, lady, we all see what you're doing.
I'm going to kill both of us. First him, though. And she's like, oh,
I mean, it has to be first him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah, she's fair. But he's like, oh, ma, don't kill. Like, again, we have like Kiryu Lee Joon-gi and another, like, oh, ma. It's not his. In Flower of Evil, he was not the Oma, but in this one, the baby's like,
that's so funny.
Oma. And she's like, oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so dad goes to wrestle the knife away from her and she accidentally slices him in the forehead.
Well, you see it, the forehead, and then it does do like an artful sweep under.
Does it do? I couldn't tell if it was just like blood running or if it was just the forehead. Either way, he has enough side bang to cover that.
Also, come on. By the time you grow, you're gonna have all new cells. That's not even gonna be there. What do you? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get into what the reveal is going to look like of that scar, but here's what I will say: this: if theoretically we have a heroine who is an esthetician who comes from modern day, and she is able to see the horror eventually that is the scar, but that is his torment, that he, like, the reveal of the scar is so painful. And you can whip together kind of like homemade silly putty BB cream and be like, slip, slap, slop, done and
amazing. Oh my God. And he's just healed.
And is he suddenly like all sunshine and rainbows after that?
Right. Does he
No, but I
change
would say that
to a
he-
Technicolor coat?
no, he definitely does not put it. He stays in the coat, like he's the one wearing all black. Everyone else is in like pastel, beautiful.
Oh my God, that's the best part.
Yeah,
That's the best part. They're all in these pastel prince little outfits.
Yeah.
Okay. They have like, and then
they have short hair.
He rocks up with this. I can't. It's so.
Well, they actually don't have short hair. Their hair is in like the top knot.
That's right. They have like the top knot thing.
Which,
yeah.
By the way, I love that look. There's no hats. I absolutely love the top knot with a headband. Great look. Love it. But Lee Joon-gi he is the main character in his own story for sure.
Yes.
Like he is like main character energy. I just drama.
Yes. And look, Kang Ha-neul is his own main character energy. And so the next thing I want to say is for you, normally, how are you feeling with love triangles? Because this one, we don't see much. We just basically see her interact with both characters. So by the end of episode 1, she has made eye contact and been whipped up by Lee Joon-gi almost runs her over on a horse.
I love the end of episode 1. I like
the horse. Oh my God.
Yeah, which I feel bad for the horse. Like now I'm like
I don't get a horse.
I have horse PTSD now. I'm like, what do you? Anyway, yeah, he's again racing through people. Like, read the room, Lee Joon-gi. Like, why are you galloping? And she almost falls. And of course, he grabs her, but like, the horse is at full gallop. But they show when he grabs her, they're like, one's moving.
It's a minute long, slowed down.
It's a minute long where he scoops her up and then puts her on her lap and they just like stare at each other. And he's also not watching where he's going. Like,
no, he's
eyes
not.
on the road. It's, it's incredible. The drama of it. I think this is the thing. I think I'm in the mood for drama. I mean, like full crazy drama. And this hit every scene.
So, Megan, given the limited knowledge that you have, this is all
yes, limited.
8th prince, 4th prince, who would you rather smash?
Okay, so the 8th prince is Kang Ha-neul, correct?
Yeah.
And then the 4th prince is
Lee Joon-gi.
Lee Joon-gi. I mean,
after episode 1, who you smashing?
I mean, after episode 1, Kang Ha-neul, for sure. Because he didn't kill a horse. Kang Ha-neul. But, because, like, okay, Lee Joon-gi, all, like, a million red flags. Like, all the red flags in a black mask. Like, I can't explain, I can't get that across enough. Like, it is insane. But, the thing that I don't like, and I think what I'm going to get from, like, just from a writer standpoint, like, I think what I'm going to get, maybe, from Kang Ha-neul's character is a little bit of, like, underhandedness. So, like, and a little bit of, like, a fake face. So he's going to give you that, like, proper, I'm so smart face, and underneath it, he is maybe, like, undermining, or he's, like, plotting something else. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Whereas Lee Joon-gi, like, he's not putting on a show. Well, he's putting on a show, but, like, he's not fake. Like, he hates everyone, and he wants everyone to know he hates them, and he wants to kill a horse. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing, like, fake going on there. Like, he wants everyone to know that he hates the world, and he does hate the world, and there's, like, no airs there. Does that make sense? Whereas I'm a little worried that Kang Ha-neul's character, there's, like, some fakeness there. But I don't know. But as of episode 1, Kang Ha-neul is more attractive to me, for sure.
Amy.
Yeah, I mean, I get that Lee Joon-gi's character is, the misunderstood, right? The misunderstood bastard. And he's playing that part very well. But I do find him to be, and I love Lee Joon-gi. Like, we know, like, I watched a full drama that I did not enjoy just because I enjoy Lee Joon-gi, like, so much. Again, my life. Like, I love this man. But I do find Wong So to be very over the top to start. And I think I need to see more to empathize with that over the topness a little bit more. So I will say right now he is not my lead in the love triangle, but that doesn't mean that would come along.
Well, this is the thing I thought of as I just now is that like what they're doing with Wong So's character, which is Lee Joon-gi, it's the opposite of Save the Cat. So the whole idea of Save the Cat is that you give a character that on its surface, the audience isn't emphasizing with. I cannot say that. Empathizing. Gosh, I cannot say that word. With, and you give him something vulnerable to save, or essentially, so you have them save a cat. Like in the beginning of Squid Game, you actually have the main character, who is kind of shitty. You actually have him feed a stray cat. I mean, we see it all the time. Whereas Wong So does the opposite and kills a horse. I mean, I gotta be honest, I am shocked that happened. Like, that did, like, my mouth dropped. I mean, my jaw dropped. I was like, did he just slaughter the horse in the palace grounds? This is crazy. So, of course, I don't like him. I obviously right now
that wasn't sexy to me. The horse slaughter.
Of course not.
No, I mean, it's not meant to be.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But the scooping her onto the horse at the end of the episode was.
So this is the thing, is that the only reason, normally I'd be like, Wong So sucks. I hate him. He's a villain. The only reason I'm not saying that is because there's a promise that I know the drama is going to, I don't know if it's going to deliver for me, but I know there's a promise on what happens to his character. So just based on the blurb of Moon Lovers, and also at the end of episode 1, you already sense that there is change underfoot. Haesu is going to change everything, including Wong So. And so, of course, like, I'm also always going to root for that, like, dynamic change in a character who, like, in episode 1, he kills this horse, and at the end, he's probably going to sacrifice for someone or something or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe not.
I'm laughing at Leah's facial reaction.
Maybe not. But I'm saying I'm eager to see. Yeah. Also, if you present me a character that it's that fucked up, I also am very curious to see like where they take that character. So on what journey he goes on.
I would say this is like the equivalent of like if you find just like grade A, B, perfect WTF Kindle Unlimited is what this drama unveils. Because I feel like a lot of times in dramas, I mean, like, look, I'm not just saying that this is revolutionary and like it breaks, but I'd say that there's oftentimes for me, like, this is how it's gonna go. Like, there's this and there's this, and we might have a second male lead, and then but we know that they're just kind of like plot bunny filler to like have their own journey, whatever.
Right.
This just gets so fucking messy. It's so messy. It's like VC Andrews. It's just messy. And I enjoy the messy because the messy makes me kind of stay on my toes to be like, holy shit, this is so messy.
Like, you've no idea where it's going to go because of that.
And like, you can be kissing anybody, really. I mean, I often feel like in drama, like I remember when I wrote my first romance, which was a new adult, I had my heroine at the beginning kiss a boy at a party, and it was like a bad kiss. And it was like, before she was connected to the hero, anything. And my editor, and I didn't fight because I was like a new writer, was kind of like whatever, but I've always regretted it, is my editor was like, you need to take that out. The heroine can only kiss the hero. And
I was going to say, yeah. And now you're like, why? Why did I know what you mean.
I wish I hadn't, but I also like when there's the ideas of like, let's get fucking messy. Because like, sometimes what I feel like, and this is like, I guess this happened to me a little bit in Love Scout, is when I am always here for the payoff. I love the edging to get to the romance. Like, I love that build. I love the look. I love the stuff. And then once you kind of have it, I feel like I'm like, okay. And it's not a hard and fast rule for me with like sex scenes in a book, but I feel like there's been a tendency lately to be like, load up sex scenes earlier in the book, like hit them harder in romance. Like, I've had these conversations with people, like, you know, on like my editorial teams or my agent, like being like, come in faster with that. And I always feel like once you blow the load, like I'm kind of out. And so there's other ways to be sexy. I do think that. Like I think there's a range of ways to be sexy, but I want the romantic edging to take.
I agree.
I want to push it as far out as you possibly.
100%. The longing for it is the best part of it. The anticipation is the best part of it.
Yeah, and especially with like a contemporary romance where there isn't. Like sometimes if you have like historical or there's like fantastical elements, I can like rely on that a little bit. But if you're just giving me a contemporary setting, you got to edge me like the whole book. And I mean, like it was interesting because Amy and I just recorded about My Dearest Nemesis today. And while we both liked the drama, it was a very predictable, there was like nothing, like the storyline was nothing new, no surprises. And it was really fun and I enjoyed it. And Love Scout was kind of similar to, there weren't really any surprises. Again, nothing wrong with that. And that's why people like romance a lot of times. But I'm not in the mood for that. And I think it's because I just watched those two back to back. And like I kind of want something fucked up.
And so and I've been doing this with writing too. So I'd say like my hockey books tend to hit more of just like the content, like they're hitting like the contemporary beats, even if it's a time travel. Like I would say like I want to deliver a product that would make folks like happy with it, but I'm not like trying to like push things around. Like, and it's kind of like what you see is what you get in terms of a romance.
Mm-hmm.
But I have been like playing around just anonymously on fanfic because you can just be fucking gnarly nanas there.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I mean, right? I really do. I've written longer fanfic stories than with word count than books I've written like and published.
Aww.
Like I'm on like 100,000 word plus stories that are still going.
Oh my God, I love that.
It's like cuckoo and it's anonymous and it doesn't matter and I can like throw in whatever I want and I can have angst. And it's also helped me, like, so I'm like pitching a story now that I really hope will get accepted because I want to do some more. I feel like my natural happy place is whatever Moon Lovers is selling. Take it or leave it if you like it or not. But I feel like if I had to pick and wave a magic wand of like what my aesthetic is in terms of like my emotional heart in terms of entertainment, it's this.
Look, it's time to just do what brings you the joy. Like there is no better time to be doing that than now.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really happy you found that because I do think it's extremely important. And because I'm the same way. We're watching Undercover High School right now, and I don't know where the fuck this show is going. I don't know how they're going to end this. It doesn't make
it's absolutely insane.
It doesn't make any sense. I'm talking logic went out the window in episode 2. Episode 1.
The first one. The
first scene is crazy. There's no logic to it. And I love it. I absolutely love it. How they ended the last episode, I laughed out loud because it was so fucking crazy. Like, and I'm enjoying myself so much. And that's why I think I just need to dive into Moon Lovers once and for all. I think for a while I just wasn't in the mood. Like,
yeah, and there are elements. I would say though that like rather than it feeling like land deals, this is also why I was watching it and I was like, I think Megan might like it. Is yes, there's like the palace intrigue, but I'd say it's gonna be more like a Game of Thrones because really,
and I like that.
The whole drama is like who can betray who to take the throne in many ways. And so a lot of the things they're not talking about some random like something or other. It's all like it's fairly clear from the beginning. These people are in competition with each other, and like what are they gonna do to like get what they want or not?
Yeah.
And some of them aren't. Some of them are going to be like the ones who aren't in competition. But then how do they get like fucked in the process or end up fucking others or just surviving and like having some form of a happy. And there's also multiple B romances, which is also, I think, another selling point for me because you've got the main romance, love triangle mess of messes. But then other brothers have romances that are really compelling and that like so as you're going through 20 episodes, you're not just sticking only with the main 3. You're also kind of bringing in some of the other side stories and they're all kind of different and fun.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I will say too, I really like, so they got this astrologer, which cracks me up because the king's like, astrologer, what do you say? And the astrologer's like, of course it's written in the stars
Yeah.
that you're king and the oldest son is next on the throne. Like, of course it's written in the stars. Like, I was like, okay.
And then all the brothers after are like, you're so full of shit. And he's like, I know.
I know. I love that. I love that so much. And then I also love that he is or not is he also the one that was up in like the airplane thing
when we see like the man who looks like he's been living on the streets and his teeth are all rotten and he's going through it.
Right, but is that the astrologer too? Same as the guy, the airplane guy? Okay. Or like he's up.
Yeah, so
whatever.
the astrologer is kind of like a Leonardo da Vinci type, making like machines, and he's somehow in the modern world, but he's also in the past. Like he's an unreliable character, which is also fun to have in a time travel.
I love that when she recognizes him and goes after him. Yep. I love that. I really like that because now we're gonna find out more about the astrologer dude because I was interested in him as soon as he came on the screen and like lied to the king's face about how it's written in the stars. I think that's so funny. Because just think about how, like, back then, as a king, you could be like, here is an astrologer. And all his, like, constituents are like, oh, cool. And he's like, and guess what? This astrologer said, like, this is manifest destiny. Like, I'm supposed to lead. And so all his subjects are like, oh, wow. Like, just the idea of it kills me. But I love that was in there and that she recognized him.
And there is going to be, and as much as there's bullshit in it, this is Moon Lovers, baby. So you know what? Some things are in the stars. Those stars, you talk to those stars, sometimes those stars are going to talk back to you.
Right. I think I need this. This is another reason I want to watch. I think it's going to be called Divorce Insurance, the one with Lee Dong-wook, which is also going to be an office romance. I will watch that because I watch anything with Lee Dong-wook.
Me too.
But I need a break from office romances really bad. And what better way to use that break and watch something absolutely insane and not an office romance? So I think that's what I would do. Because Undercover High School is done in 2 weeks, and then next week or this weekend.
There's 2 more, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I'm only through episode 4, so I have a lot to catch up on. But I love it. I love Sokang. Like, we'll talk about Sokang Joon another day because we need to wrap this up. Yeah, but
I need 3 hours. The amount I have never sent Amy as many DMs as I have about Sokang. I was like, sorry, Amy, but I'm just gonna keep doing it. Just check your DMs.
I'm not sorry about it.
It's just gonna keep coming. But
no, it's good when you go all in. Watching Moon Lovers has put me straight up back. And watching even just that little bit of me saying put me straight back into my Kang Han-woo bullshit. I'm back in.
He is a beautiful man.
His skin is crazy in this drama.
I feel like I genuinely love him, kind of to a point that I'm like, I know he's like not whatever. Like I'm not I'm not going in his garbage can and like popping out and saying surprise, surprise. I would say that,
but you might.
So my alt bias is Suga, but I feel like that's. I just like, how do I want to say this without sounding like psychotic? But I would say I really like admire him, and it's like a very like, I can be gross about Suga for sure, but I have like a mental like I'm really just like highly respectful of him, and like really truly, it's like almost like a worshipful affection towards him. I am like a dirty donkey.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You're like dirty about Kang Han-woo. It's like a different, it's a differerent kind. Yeah,
it's a different kind. I'm whatever it is. I'm a dependable hippo.
I love him in this. I can't wait to see what happens. I mean, clearly, I'm like he loves her. Like, hello, but I think I gotta keep going. Like I kind of thought that would happen to me, and maybe that's another reason I put this off because I was like 20 episodes. Oh my god,
that is the thing because everything has been like 12 lately, which I'm loving. Like 12 is really my for sure sweet spot.
Yeah,
it really is. So 20 is a lot to commit to.
I think the reason why I'm going to sell Moon Lovers and say it's 20, but so when I watched it the last time, I watched it maybe like. I feel like it was like 3-ish years ago when I went to Australia and I was on the Sunshine Coast, and I was with my friend who was so obsessed with Descendants of the Sun. She's watched it like 15 times. I did like a short podcast with her. She just loves Descendants of the Sun.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I have a drama that I have watched like not 11 times, but I've watched like 3 times. And I've never watched it like legally. Sorry, don't arrest me, whoever. Like there was one time where the first time I watched it, there were times where whatever file I was watching it on were just lips talking. Like, and I was having to guess whose mouth it was.
I cannot believe you did that.
In the story. Like, it didn't lead with that, but like halfway through, there were a few episodes that got like that. And I was like, I am so invested. I will do anything. Like, I'm in. Like, I will do whatever to keep going.
That is dedication. I don't even know what to say. But if I was invested already, I would have had to keep going.
And so we were together, and we were together for like 4 days. And I was like, look, it's 20 episodes. I'm like, I think we can knock it out. We knocked it out in 3 nights. We just did like marathons, like every night. It was like 7 o'clock, and it was like 7 to 2 in the morning. It was just like, boom, like hit it, go to bed, wake up, like be with the kids all day. I'm like, boom, let's hit it again. And it held up for me, even like in a marathon crush session. I'm like, I'm entertained. It's like, Max, Are you entertained? Yes.
Yes. Every time. Well, I'm excited. I'm glad you did this because I feel like this is the push I needed to like watch the first episode. And so now I have that push. And now I think I just got to invest in the drama of Lee Joon-gi and this mask. I can't.
The mask. I mean, for me, I honestly feel like it was made for me. We have everything from Phantom of the Opera mask to a love triangle that really takes itself seriously, that makes it hard. We have incest, on like actual fucking incest. We have, which isn't like a selling point, but not a not selling point for me. I don't know how to say that in like a way that doesn't sound gross. So just know it. I mean it with affection. We have overwrought emo, like the amount of emo to come and the amount of just like random torture angst that they get through that like is like over the top.
I'm so excited.
I'm
so excited. Well, I'm glad that and I really do encourage, I mean, just get past the shooting the horse bit, but I encourage you to
It's
watch
not shooting a horse.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're right. There's
slaughtering with a sword.
With a sword.
And at
You're
first
right.
I thought he decapitated it.
I thought he did too, but then it's just laying there with its throat slit.
I just think that they didn't have the production budget to
No, because I think later somebody says he cut a head off a horse.
Yeah,
like later somebody says that. I was like, he didn't though.
Didn't.
Yeah, production value. They spend too much of their money like oiling the abs in the hot springs. Like that was
which I'm okay
so
with that. I'm okay if that's where the money went.
I mean,
so steamy.
But yeah, Megan, now you can find it funny. So as I started watching it, the 10th Prince, I kept being like, he is just a delightful little button. Who is this little actor
Right.
I've never heard of?
Yeah.
Is that Baekhyun from EXO?
Yeah, and it was
he has a really distinctive voice, like speaking voice too, and that's why I was like, "That's Baekhyun, right?" Yeah. He looks really young.
He looks like a little baby boy.
He is tiny. He's
very young
too.
Here,
he comes across short in this. Like he comes across like a little pocket size.
He is little.
short. Yeah, he is short. So,
but I think, look, I use gorgeous.
She is absolutely.
I get it. Like that's the thing. I'm kind of like, they don't want to bone her. I kind of get it. Like I do.
I mean,
she's
beautiful. I don't know if the ingenue is my type, but she's gorgeous and her skin is crazy.
Yeah,
glowing.
It is. What is the routine, girl?
Yeah, I mean, between her and Kang Ha Newell, who can have better skin?
I mean, I literally like I have a window open with you guys and a window open with the Asian Wiki like cast page, and I'm just like looking at her and all of the princes, and I'm like, who here is not beautiful? Like, sit down, like because.
Exactly. So this is just one of those like it's like a grown up Disney movie that when you think, oh, this is maybe kind of gross or weird or problematic, they probably won't do that. No, they do that too, and that just makes you so you stay on your toes. You're just like, oh, damn, we are doing that.
Oh my.
So that's my pitch. If you like it, let me know. If you hate it, you know what? Let me know. It's really not a show for everyone. Like Sarah, when we did the thing, this was not a drama that Sarah enjoyed. She did not like it.
I don't know how I'm gonna be about it, but I'm pushing forward because I one episode's not enough for me to make an assessment. But I have to see.
Yeah,
same.
But you can drive a car through the plot holes.
Nice.
All right. Well, this was really fun, and hopefully, you both watch it. I would love to do another one if you finish it. That would be the best.
That would be fun to do.
That would be the best day of my podcast life.
That would be fun.
All right. Well, we'll see. Until next time.
Annyeong.
Kamsahamnida. Thank you for listening to Afternoona Delight. Where can you find us outside the pod? Head on over to afternoonadelight.com. That's AFTERNOONADELIGHT.com. You'll find links to all our social media, our book recs, K-pop and K-skincare recs, and if you want even more Afternoona Delight, because really who doesn't, you can join our Patreon, where you can choose the patron level that's right for you. Join in daily K-drama conversations, listen to bonus podcast episodes just for patrons, and participate in our monthly live K-drama support group via Zoom. We can't wait for you to be a part of the community. Until next time, annyeong!